What up, worlds? Best of Reverb at NAMM 2024 with Korg and my friend Natalie from Korg. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Fez and Reverb. Hey.
You guys have announced product after product for the last week, so tell us about it.
Okay, we're here with the KingKorg Neo. This is, you'll see that it's very similar to the Op6 and ModWave and WaveState layout. It has 37 full-size keys, but what I think is awesome about this is you have a different type of synthesis. It's virtual analog synthesis. You have dedicated screens for your oscillator, filter panel, and then your main screen for picking your programs and our deeper diving editing. But without the screen even, you can see that we have an awesome layout of our effects knobs, picking filter types. It actually has a lot of classic analog vintage filters in there, so that's super cool. 18 of them if you want to get spec heavy. Yeah.
Dang. All right. And of course, the ships with the big gooseneck mic.
Yes, of course. The built-in vocoder is there. You may have already been familiar with the KingKorg. We're bringing it back in a compact size.
All right, so then you got Mark IIs of the ModWave, the Op6, the WaveState. What's new in those?
Yeah, so these Mark IIs increase the polyphony, and then there's just like some visual changes. So you'll see now that the ModWave has the red Chaos pad, the Op6 has different colored knobs there, and the WaveState also has a little bit of a different flair on the XY joystick.
All right, so tell us about this module trifecta right here.
Yeah, so, we offer these synths in all the different synthesis. So you have the Op6 with the FM, you have the ModWave with wavetable synthesis, and then the WaveState with wave sequencing. And these were amazing in the original form because, to me, generally, all that type of synthesis was generally on computers, right? Like, for anyone that is into actually tweaking knobs and stuff, that's what made these three synths really awesome. And now, if you were like, I already have a fantastic keyboard controller that I want to use, or I don't have space in my setup, I just need the power of the synthesis, that's why you would probably get the module versions. And if you want specifics, they're 19-inch, they fit in a 4U rack. Yeah, and they're also the Mark II upgrade OS. So that also means it has MIDI 2.0.
So then we got Keystage, which is also a new controller that you just announced. What's special about this one?
So the Keystage has MIDI 2.0, which allows your computer to go back and forth with MIDI. So right now you'll see in the back we have these modules connected with 5-pin MIDI, and then it is both in the in and the out, and that allows the Keystage knobs to directly showcase on the screens what it is that you're changing on your synthesizer, and also, of course, in your DAW. So you don't have to do all of the MIDI mapping that you would normally do with a MIDI controller. Now it talks back and forth with whatever system you're using. So that's super cool. It also has polyphonic aftertouch.
Sick. Yeah, I must say, the Op6, which I'm a huge fan of, in a desktop form factor with these faders. And this can also be a keyboard as well, right?
Yeah. I love that you pointed that out. So there's just a quick button, you hit the shift and then the key trigger, and then you instantly, the sequence steps there, the 16 steps turn into a keyboard. So you can, if you didn't have a controller, you could technically play the keyboard directly on the synthesizer.
And then you guys just announced a new MicroKorg.
Yes, we did. 20 years. And now we're with MicroKorg too. These are actually prototype versions. They're still under development for our sound, but we do have 8 sounds we can check out. We still have the vocoder that everybody loves, and now with the addition of the hard tune and the harmonizer, we also have the looper, which I love.
Yeah.
It's super awesome. You can actually, hopefully I can show it to you, but you can record a program and then overdub, right?
Yeah.
But then you can also switch the programs, which I don't know. I think it was exciting feature that you could go to a different program and the looper's still going. So you can really build full songs on there. And then other things that you'll notice that are different is the screen, obviously. We have a full-colored screen. It's super cute because you have all of the graphics that are new, and they match up with the different genres, and you'll see that the genre buttons are a little bit different now. They can also be categorized, I guess, like a subdivision of all the top big knob genres. You'll see that you have classic, modern, and future.
Game sound effects, which is fun.
Yeah, super awesome.
So, do we expect the original MicroKorg, which is the synthesizer that has been produced for the longest ever, to be discontinued with this new MicroKorg too?
No. You never know. It's beloved for a reason. So this is just another option.
And these are the surprises of NAMM. You dropped this just a few days ago. I want to talk about this in a second, but these two mixers are quite the surprise. And it looks like we got a recorder on there and little buttons to play back. Tell us about this mixer, please.
Yeah, so you have your 8-channel and 12-channel mixers. These are new. Actually, we talked a little bit. Yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
This is the new SoundLink MW12XR, and then we have the 8XR.
Right.
And, these last mixers that you guys dropped are definitely great for plugging in a lot of synthesizers and hardware. But it looks like you expanded on that. We have a spectrum analyzer on here, a 2-track recorder.
They're slimmer, obviously.
Yeah. But it's also got a sample playback thing on here. So this might be perfect for podcasters, or if you just want to jam out and record a mix really quick, or dare I say playing live. We also have this HandyTraxx Play, which caught everybody by surprise. I am totally geeked on this turntable. Tell us a little bit about it.
So the HandyTraxx was a collaboration with Vestax. Yeah.
Yo, what?
Yes.
That's news right there.
Yeah, so that's where the Trax, the double X there comes in. It's super awesome because it's portable. This can even be operated by batteries, which is sick. It can change to left-handed use, but not only is it just a playback record player, it actually has some effects. So the concept here is not just listening back, but interacting with the music. There's delay. What are some of the filters? A looper.
There's effects on this turntable. There's a filter on this turntable. There's a looper on this turntable.
Yeah.
And delay. This is crazy. Bravo to this right here, for sure, for sure. Totally unexpected move from Korg, but I dig it. And then more true to form, we have this new Grand Stage X. You want to tell us about this?
Luch is going to tell you about it.
Luch, what's happening?
All right, so let me give you a little tutorial on this. This is our newest flagship stage piano from Korg. It's the Grand Stage X. It's completely redesigned from the original Grand Stage. First thing you'll notice, a completely redesigned body. So two-tone design here, ivory top with these curved side panels and perforated side panels as well. And then on the front panel, what we've done is we have it angled now towards the player, which is really important for any stage keyboard, with now having a display right in the center. So everything you do is shown on the display. If I split or layer the keyboard, it's right there. Easy part controls. There are 10 buttons that are for quickly navigating through the categories of sounds, as well as displaying favorites. And we have this analog tone section, which is a new addition as well. That's our new tube. So if you want to, for example, play an EP and get a really nice distortion on it, an analog distortion, you can turn on and season to taste, turn a little bit of that analog tone on. So 700 sounds as well. So it's a stage piano, but with a lot of versatility. So we're very excited about Grand Stage X. It is a true flagship stage piano for us, and it'll be hitting the market expected in the summer. So,
Or maybe May?
Yeah, so this is called the Poetry, and what sets this apart, a couple things. Number one, the look, it has this wood grain finish. And number two, it's a piano that's dedicated to Chopin and his music. So what we've done to make that a really authentic experience is it now has the Play-L piano sample included. So that was the piano that Chopin would have used when he was composing his music. So you get an Italian piano sample and this Play-L. Built in are 50 demo songs of Chopin's playing, so you can enjoy that. It comes with this book of Chopin repertoire, as well as all the other features people are used to from Korg pianos, so Bluetooth, so you can stream music to the built-in speakers, other sounds as well to explore that you would have in a digital piano. But again, Poetry is dedicated to Chopin's music, and it's the first digital piano with the Play-L piano sound, which really, if you play Chopin repertoire, it takes you back. So classical music enthusiasts will be all over this.
Yeah, for sure. This definitely looks like the new Millennium home piano. All right, so tell us what's new with the NTS lineup.
If you don't know about new tech, this is super cute because it's small. And you get to build it all yourself. No soldering's needed. All the tools are included. They just like snap apart. You press them together, screw it up. And then what you see new, so you may have already been introduced to the oscilloscope, the NTS2 that's on top there, the white one. That's a multifunctional tool to be able to see what it is that you're creating with your sound. It also functions as a tuner. But what's new here is the NTS1 Mark II. You'll notice that the keyboard is new. Now you actually have like a stepped keyboard that looks like a keyboard with the black and white keys. It also adds a sequencer, which is sick. Yeah. So before, we had the arpeggiator, and it's an oscillator with effects. But with the addition of the sequencer, you can get, your rhythmic, melodic patterns happening there. Something that I also like to talk about with the NTS1 and in the Mark II version is that you do have an audio in, so you can actually just use that like a pedal. So use it as an effects unit. It has sick effects with the reverb, delay, and modulation.
And those effects are like interchangeable as well with the SDK.
Yes, the SDK is the open source network. So if you are into programming, you can actually make your own effects, make your own oscillators, or if you don't, you can download them from other people, other users that do make them, and it's, you know, you have unlimited sounds that you can add into it.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting dropping a Chaos pad in this form factor.
Yeah, so you'll see the NTS3 there. It is still being worked on. It's a prototype version, but you have a multi-effects unit with the Chaos. So if you're not familiar with the Chaos, you drag your finger across it like this, and that's how you get modulation with different effects. The Perform button there, so you see that it has effects 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives you 4 options of effects, obviously, but then the Perform allows you to combine all of these effects at once.
Whoa. All right, well, this was amazing. You guys dropped so many amazing new products, all within the span of like 2 weeks, but I'm sure it was years in development. Thanks for showing us this, Natalie from Korg.
Thank you for coming by.